Good morning, everybody. I've been working on my spellings today, St Merrill, and they're really hard. That's my list here. And I think the problem is there's too many of them. I've only just learnt to spell the first two, and then I've got all of the rest, and it just seems too big for me to do. And I think I need some help today, actually. And the story that I'm going to tell you today is about someone who had a really big challenge as well. It's a very special day today. It's St George's Day. And St George's Day has a lot to do with us here in England. Do you know who St George was? I'm going to tell you a story all about him. And here it is. Once upon a time there lived a knight called George. During his many travels, he came across a village. The villagers were very unhappy because of a dragon that lived in a nearby lake.
Hey, come back.
Every day, the dragon demanded that they sacrifice a beautiful maiden. The maidens were chosen by lottery, and that day the lot fell on the king's daughter.
Right, you stand there. Oh, dragon. I'm about to get.
Come back. Who can save me now?
George decided to slay the dragon and save the princess.
Okay, bye-bye.
George went to the lake. The dragon rose out of the water with a mighty roar. George wasn't scared at all. He fought the dragon with all his might until the dragon was defeated. The princess was saved, and the villagers were overjoyed. So, every year on April the 23rd, we celebrate St George's Day. And I think that story can really help me with learning my spellings, because it's a big challenge that I've got. And St George would have had a big challenge. And I'm thinking about how he felt when he was faced with the dragon. This is my dragon here, these spelling words. So I'm going to do a few things. First of all, I'm going to take them one at a time. So my first word is word. And I'm going to read it. Word. Okay. Now I'm going to write it, so I'll need my pen. Word. And now I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to picture the word in my mind. Word. Okay, I think I've got it now. But the thing is, boys and girls, when we've got a big long list and we learn these words, by the time I've got to the bottom of my list, I would have forgotten the first word, because my last word is ward. So I've got word and ward. Can you see the difference? I could always use these words all throughout the day. I've got to think of times when I can use these words.
Daddy, can I have a snack, please?
How much is it worth to you?
Daddy, can I make some pancakes, please?
What's the worst that could happen? Can you get on with your work, please?
I can't!
Why not?
'Cause there's a lion running towards me!
Hetty, can you move from there now, please? That's where I want to do my work. Oh. So maybe you could try that this week too with your words, St Merrill. Just learning a few every day and trying to use them in real life, and to keep practicing and practicing and practicing, and then you'll get them absolutely right. Oh, one last thing. Tomorrow is Star of the Week Assembly, so it could be that you show your teacher how well you've learnt your spellings this week, and maybe they'll choose you for that. Okay, let's see who's ready to go. Dare I ask what music's today? No. No, not that. No, no. Right. No one here today either.